And plenty of action, and it all boils down to this, ladies and gentlemen. It is Mirage. It is our decider of the best of three to determine who goes through as legend status and who continues to grind in Malta for a chance at the run-up to Rio. Without further ado now, it's us taking you through the action. Let's get down to business. Let's get into Mirage.
One mark to decide who books their flights towards Rio. And of course, it is Mirage, the map which FaZe have played on recently, and it was a tough time. They now start on the CT side. What can they find out towards a early start for Ops and an early kill for him? Siphon to fall.
Oh, brilliantly done. Twistzz looking for more with that USP. Got to be careful though. Keeping his life is much more important, but Twistzz with headshots leaves refrezh in the 1 versus 3.
IGL has to step up here. We saw him have a brilliant performance over towards Nuke. We need something special to, well, at least keep this conversation open for FaZe Clan. A brilliant start thus far. Rob's kick-starting things. A double to his name. And that could be enough. It could be just enough to see this one out. And probably the biggest problem you have to mention as well is the lack of bomb control. Trying to retake that bomb over towards short is going to be so difficult. And Rain's got a pretty good inkling that he's snuck his way out. Ram, as he peeks in, a dink will come through. refrezh makes it a double. Spotting Twistzz cross across Kron. But still a 1 versus 2 and 45 seconds to work with.
It's work hard for him. Only issue is that bomb is left in the middle of nowhere. Twistzz is going to be looking for his 3rd headshot in the round. And while he was quiet on Nuke, he's certainly vocalizing his point that he wants legend status here on Mirage. 28 seconds. Twistzz swings wide. 1 bullet the difference. And that will be the pistol in favor of FaZe Clan. Sprout taken down the notch early doors, and that's the potency we wanted to see from FaZe out on Nuke. But now it starts to ring out true here on Mirage. The decider, of course, if you've only just joined us, it is a massive, massive chance for Sprout to make the legend stage. The fact they've taken a map off of FaZe is definitely one that scared a few people at home. But for everyone watching, even on those co-streams, the winner of this matchup, the winner of Mirage, is guaranteed a slot in the top 16 at Rio.
Well, a good start for FaZe. CT side needs to be strong. We mentioned 10-5 Harston towards Nuke is something which FaZe knew all too well about. I need a stronger start from them here, though. You know, we saw how things panned out in towards Nuke. They're going to get kind of 9 rounds down to kickstart things. It simply isn't good enough. For this, already much better. For Sprout as well, no investment really into round number 2. They've got a flash to work with. A few upgraded, but it's all about that bomb plant.
Yeah, no need to risk deagles and armor and whatever.
Exactly.
If you eco this round, you get AKs in the next anyways, so doesn't really matter. Starting to edge themselves in. Stair will be first contact. The flashbang, it could have been good, but karrigan just going to try and profit as big as he can off of that MP9. Twistzz is here just to give him a helping hand. Rain to find the last. The bomb, it was a sneaky play. They tried to put it out Palace and earn the extra money. FaZe Clan, they know all too well about that. Playing too much matchmaking, maybe. It's 2-0 on the board in favor of FaZe Clan.
Yeah, they had a pretty good idea. Of course, so we mentioned that the last time out they played on Mirage, just, you know, a couple of days ago, 28-25, an absolute marathon of a game here, and that was against Gamer Legion. And you'd argue, of course, that Sprout are the better side of the two between Gamer Legion and themselves, right? And what is the research that Sprout have done to bring into this to try and kind of replicate a struggling performance from FaZe? Of course, with so much on the line, you definitely would have taken that. Berry and refrezh would have done a lot of work, and there it is working. Rain to fall to the hands of Zyphon. He wants to make it a double, but Rops has other ideas.
Brilliant shot from Rops. 4 versus 4. refrezh. Oh, he's made the extra step. Brokey knows now his exact pinpoint position. You are stuck. There's no way out. A smoke towards window will only leave him even further in isolation. Brokey's fam has to find another. karrigan going to charge, slacks down with the MP9. 4 versus 2. Make it 1. Law and X, excuse me, eliminated. And here we have it. Stair against the rest. Twistzz will have his head taken straight off his shoulders. Brilliantly done by FaZe Clan. 3-0 so far. Making it look good. And they're very disciplined in the way they're doing it as well.
Yeah, they don't need to be kind of too overzealous, too overconfident. They're making bonuses work. And, of course, extending their lead to 3. 10 rounds is what they got in regulation against Gamer Legion on their CT side. And if they can do a replication here, I really think they could start to use that as a crux to maybe a stronger performance. And, you know, hopefully for the first time, close something out in regulation, right? That's where they seem to be struggling. That's, of course, kind of the meme at the moment of, can FaZe do it, not an OT? Well, we'll have to wait and see, but a 3-0 start's great, because it's really damaged the economy over towards Sprout. They're left with just upgraded pistols, sticking around that 2k marks. They have economy to work with heading in towards round number 5. But for now, this probably should be, you know, FaZe finding themselves a 4-0 start.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way otherwise, really, that they can get themselves into the board in this round specifically. Sprout, there's Deagles, there's a Glock, there's a Tech 9. It's not really the gift that they need to find themselves on the board. Rops looking to tap away with the M4A1S. Does eventually find it over the top of the smoke. Got to be careful. refrezh to stick his head through connector, and he receives perfect treatment for it. Lornix has just hit 2 with a Deagle. Don't know how that one's just happened. refrezh eventually burn into the flames. 3 versus 3. Now, I said this is just a bit of a stretch too far for Sprout. Clearly, LawNX has other ideas. 3 versus 3. He's got an AK. Rain's got to be careful in his next move, because if he wanders out kitchen on his own, LawNX should have his head taken off his shoulders. Worrying times here. Sprout definitely should not have a chance of winning this round, but a bomb plant feels like that's already enough for them. Anything more, it could be good. Rops to bring some normality back to this round. Rain catching out LawNX. Zyphon needs the 1v3 with the Desert Eagle. His position in bench compromised. Brokey leaping forward. Rops from apartments as well. No worries whatsoever. Did get a bit expensive there, but for FaZe Clan, they'll have themselves a 4th. No kit on Rops, but still plenty of time. Still yet to score here, Sprout, but plenty of cash in their back pockets.
Yeah, like you said, the priority and what is enough for Sprout is just getting a bomb down there. I mean, they had no real investment to kind of warrant the conversation on that being a definite round which should have gone in their favor. We mentioned it was pretty easy to predict that was going to be 4-0, but as you mentioned, for them making it expensive, for them getting a bomb down, it sets up a little bit more of a stable buy in towards round number 5 for Sprout, and that's all that matters. Slack's picking up the big green and might kickstart his run here. He's yet to get off the board. Same can be said for Stair, and AK in his hands might open up his confidence just a little bit.
Mollies towards middle from both parties, in fact. Sprout taking a lot more damage than I would have anticipated. Stairs at 20 HP. refrezh going to open up the kill feed in favour of Sprout. That's the pace that they wanted to set here in the Decider. The Nature finished the job onto Stair. Brilliantly placed by Twistzz. 4 versus 4. Zyphon got other ideas. refrezh in jungle. A complete oversight from karrigan leaves him well out of this round as Rops to try and pick up the pieces. Does scoop up the big green. Good positioning from Rain. Double checks middle. And he'll be rewarded with another frag. It's a 2v2.
Surely he heard refrezh as well. Now he definitely would. Dropping down into towards that bench position. Molly will come in towards ladder. That denies the control that Rain would have wanted to. LawNX can just rotate back over towards apps. And of course, he more or less gets the site for free. You know, Rain tucked in towards short. Yeah, it's great. But LawNX should be able to get the site. With the wrap coming through to support too in this 2 versus 2. With Rops nowhere to be seen. If Rain falls, it's probably just the early save call, potentially.
Flashes out, Rain waits, refrezh, catches him on the drop. Rops against 2. If there's any opportunity, it would be with the AWP. Bomb set down. HP is his issue. But as I said, that big green can pack one hell of a punch. As long as he fires off his shot first. refrezh is low as well. It has to be LawNX to find this remaining frag. Rops moving in. HE thinks he's in on cart. Now they know the positioning of the Estonian. It's time to back away. Rops is going to respect that. Go for the saves. There's no need to run in the AWP. Just keep your money. Some players richer than others on FaZe, and for that they want to try and balance it out as best as they can. Better kept the AWP into round number 6. But it's the first on the board for Sprout, and they're starting to show what they're made of here on the T side.
I think it's the right call. I mean, there's not much point trying to kind of even attempt there. With 14 points of HP, it has to be keeping the open play. He can drop back over towards Brokey, of course. His economy in a pretty rough space, all things considered. And of course, for Rops, who is a little bit more on the richer side, having an open play means it's a lesser investment, means the long-term economy keeps ticking across, and all of the good parts. Tactical pause called by Sprout. Off the back of that victory, they want to try and use that round as a catalyst to potentially a little bit of success going forward, a bit of momentum in their favor. That's when Sprout play their best CSGO, when they're confident, when momentum's under their belt, and they've got that snowball effect in true form. A 3-round deficit is what they need to catch up, and a full buy, of course, coming out both ways. The only thing to mention is that loss of this round can have some longer term implications to both sides. Lose this, they might be reset just a little bit.
So here we are. Pause over. Freeze time gone. It's FaZe Clan to try and make it 5 for Sprout. They only really showcased their campaign on the T side. In the previous, they want to double up. Rain slams his chips to the middle of the felt, and he makes it a double. A1S prevailing in the early stages. Zyphon, oh my word, refrezh nearly not finding that kill. Fortunately, he'll be given a second try, and he does convert the second time. Minute and 25, 3 versus 3. Zyphon's HP looking a little ripe for those A1Ss, and Rop's going aggressive. This could be a very easy kill here.
No.
Zyphon, oh, and he repeats. Rop's with the last bullet. Taps to the head of Zyphon, 3 versus 2.
Yeah, that's huge. Now, of course, conversation switches hands. While things are looking great over towards Sprout, especially with that early control, that refresh gained in towards mid. He denied short presence and Rain, but now we have to really consider about how FaZe will play this just because they got the numbers to work with. Smoke will come through back in towards mid. This might even beckon a rotation over towards the A side. It's slightly open right now, but Rops is expecting an over-aggression.
.38 seconds. That's all that Sprout have to work with here to get a bomb plant or take down the remaining 3 FaZe players. What an interesting best of 3 this has been, though. More overtimes for FaZe. More upsetting results maybe as a FaZe Clan fan. But Mirage can be the catalyst to Rio. Refrezh, Lornex making noise. They are going to go for the last-ditch effort out towards B. A bomb plant would be massive. Orb already finding the first. karrigan knows where the second is. No bomb plant leaves Sprout's money in limbo. Some enough to buy. Some will need to eco. So it might just have to be a force out of the Sprout pockets. Either way, it's FaZe up to a 5th.
Yeah, just as you can see, I think the force actually the good call coming through. With money all over the place, they may as well have a hard reset, right? You know, try and make something work with a little bit of a dicey buy. It was that kill by Rops just so important. When the numbers go in their favor and they drop the low HP player, that's when everything turns brilliantly. Brokey, cracking shot as expected of the man. We look towards the investment by Sprout. AK is brought out, the Galil to support. Little bit all over the place, but lacking utility is the biggest issue. Zyphon finding yet one more before Rops can trade. Unfortunate.
If Rops hit the headshot 1 bullet earlier, they would have walked away with a man advantage. Instead, Rops has to go looking for more. Spotting slacks. And he would have spotted them going into apartments. He'll be beckoning the rotate. karrigan's going to stick around. In the meantime, I would argue Rops has to go super aggressive here. Basically, has to be on the tails of Sprout. Being the man down, you have to get funky and inventive. It's Twistzz that comes from underpass. Now, this is the play, because I don't think this will be expected whatsoever. Rops is on a flank. Twistzz as well, waiting patiently. So while karrigan's in the forefront of the defense, it's kills up behind. It's going to make the difference. It's 2 for 1 right now. They know that Twistzz is coming in from apps. They won't expect Rops, so Twistzz is the bait and switch good. Well, he has the read. That's Lornex gone. Now Rops in the 1v1.
Jump peeking as well. Short plant coming through. One towards back pillar. Stair doesn't need to overextend. He's yet to get off the mark, but this could be a brilliant time to put his first notch on the board around and the kill in his favor. But it's against Robin Cool himself, and he's cool, calm, and collected, looking to try and find something, but Stair, different breed. And he finds his first kill. That's a second on the board for Sprout, and one of which was desperately needed.
Probably the most important round to find a first kill as well. In that clutch, offsetting FaZe's money massively. Really well played. Now, I thought this flank was going to do a lot better than it did. karrigan doing well on site to find one, just delaying for the FaZe flank. Twistzz just jumping through the smoke, caught completely off guard. And it is 5-2, the scoreline now. Not ideal whatsoever. Sprout still playing the game of chase, but the money for that CT side, that's what's going to give them real hope and inspiration to make the game of chase work out.
Oh, look at this. Hang on a second. They're just flying out towards B. Not exactly advised as well. It is 2 for 1 in favor of FaZe.
The Orb's still here as well. Brokey could be kicking for more. It's karrigan and Rops both with kills. Stair in the 1v4. Despite heroics in the previous, and Stair doubling his kill count in this round. I think 3 more is just a stretch too far. Dinked up by Rain on short with the MP9. They know exactly where that rifle stands. And as he swings in, it's karrigan's FAMAS to finish the job. A hat-trick for the IGL. And a 6th on the board for FaZe Clan. I think this round it will have to be an eco of all things for Sprout.
Yep.
and is looking real good for FaZe to resume that again. They go for the force buy. Thought it was going to be a bit wonky. It did look it with FAMAS's and Deagles. But now, they're in no position to stick their nose up at all because they've got themselves a 6th. That 4-round gap established once more. And for Sprout, well, really, this is a talking point, right? Slax is yet to score. Stairs on 2 kills. Is it just the kill department that's lacking that's causing us to lose this game? Or is there something a little deeper and something that refrezh needs to read between the lines a little more to help them out? That's what that 30-second breather will be all about. Zyphon's gone for an AK. Stairs fully invested onto a Deagle and Kevlar. I don't know, mate, because the loss bonus, as you can see at the top middle, is 2,900. Had they have eco, they have rifles in the next round. Then again, FaZe's money, not so great. So maybe that was the argument to go for the investment here.
Yeah, that's it. That's a matchmaking call I've ever seen it as well. Just rush B off the back of success. I mean, karrigan reads it like a book. You already see them. FaZe a gamble stacked, and it works brilliantly. They just fall straight into the trap of the Dane, and FaZe clan extended the lead to 4 once again for Reyna this time. Posted up, crossfire set up with Brokey. If he takes contact out towards ramp, that's where Rain can swing off the back of it. But he's inviting pressure out towards Palace.
Very slow round here from Sprout. Must admit, I'm a bit disappointed there's not so many stickers on these guns. Look at this Gold Arabesque, you know? No stickers on it, dude. I mean, at least put an NIP one on there. Ownerpixel will know about that one all too well. Hey.
Yeah.
RIP the
$1,000 down the line. You really do hate to see it.
Lol.
You really do.
Speaking of money, down the drain. Rain only good for the 1. Slack Galil trades. Brokey's AWP good for a double. And already fizzling out this force by Sprout. No response to FaZe clan. Brokey takes a little bit of damage, but ultimately it's Sprout that walk away. A lot worse for wear. Nice dink. Low HP. Twistzz will close the show at 7-2.
Lead extended to 5. I mean, things are looking great. Over towards FaZe. I mentioned when they played against Gamer Legion, in regulation, it was 10-5 halves both ways, right? 10 rounds is what FaZe managed to find on their CT side. But the way in which they're playing now, you'd probably expect more. Sprout are really struggling to get the ball rolling. Even individuals struggling to kind of get notches on the board. I mean, Slacks 1-9, Stay at 2-8. I mean, we're really starting to see them kind of pound for pound fall behind FaZe clan, which is why you beg the question of, can they extend this lead to kind of 11, 12 before things end at the half. Jumping in towards mid. It's easy picking. So Rops, as he makes it a double. Can he make it 3? Brokey will pick it away from him.
Rops, Brokey, both his kills. Law and X, one with a Deagle. Stare. Last man left here in the 1 versus 4. Twistzz has got them both rattled off. And that is a brilliant round from Twistzz to hold the B push. No bomb plant means little money for Sprout. They can afford the AWP. They can get the extra trimmings and the decent investment. However, that extra bit of cash definitely does go a long way with that loss bonus tallying up so well as well. Rops brilliantly done at the start of this round, and of course it was Twistzz to end the show. FaZe clan 8-2, a lot more definitive, a lot more dominant, a lot more potent on that CT side. Something that we were yet to establish really in general.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those rounds you don't really expect too much to come forward. It was just pistols, but as you mentioned, the fact that I'm making these statements are huge. Swinging in though, Sprout for the first. Messy spray from Twistzz as well. He's forced off the angle with an aid. Could be pretty good. Chunk stare down to 62 points of HP. But refrezh, look at the position he's got. Will find Rain. Not able to be traded.
Twistzz, such prime position. They don't expect it. Twistzz for a double. Leaping in towards underpass. Zyphon makes space towards A. And so the bomb of Slacks will be definitely getting those running shoes on. Get out to that site. Get that bomb plant. Let's force FaZe into a retake. Something that Sprout haven't really done all too much. I think back maybe to the last time it happened, and it was on the eco, right? When they rushed B. Or not when they rushed B, but when they went B, right? And it was Lornex that found 2 kills with the Deagle. That was the last time we saw a bomb plant. That was, what, a good 4, 5, 6 rounds ago. This time it doesn't look any likelier. Slacks left in the clutch. karrigan has them both. Once again, it's double kills that give FaZe advantages. 9-2 the scoreline.
This is huge. This is much more decisive. And again, kind of what we were saying about FaZe. So far in this RMR, they've been kind of struggling. Well, obviously, struggling to see things out in regulation. They yet to do that. But what we've seen from FaZe as well is them being a little bit messy, sloppy at times. Rookie errors creeping in towards what is the best side in the world. This is what we expect of the #1 team in Counter-Strike Global Offensive right now. This is a statement being made by them. And of course, as they're getting ever so close towards that ticket towards Rio. This is what we want to see. A 7-round lead they've built up. With the buyer Sprout, you'd expect it to be double digits here for FaZe.
Rain spamming away at LawNX. He's gone. Already, Sprout just down numbers. Disadvantage after disadvantage. A bomb plant attempted by refrezh, but gaps in the smokes cause even more trouble. Slack spam down through the wall. This is just textbook FaZe clan mentality. It is just a steamroll here on the CT side. Where the hell was this in map 1 and map 2, Nao? Where was this?
Where was
this is the FaZe clan that everyone at home knows as #1 in the world. It's brilliant, brilliant stuff.
It's one of those things, I think, you know, for me, the biggest glaring issue that I've seen over towards FaZe is their post plants. Of course, now being on the CT side, it's not something that we have to be too cautious of. But that, at the same time, is sort of the playing over towards Sprout. We're not really seeing them be decisive in post plants, or even, most importantly, get to a post plant. Getting that bomb down is becoming so difficult for Sprout because their kind of a lack of the ability to execute is becoming problematic. Once again, down towards mid, but FaZe don't mind giving up mid control over towards Sprout because they know they can go nowhere from here.
Siphon, getting inventive, getting funky as he slips out of Palace. Okay, man. I thought that was going to be the one. You know, I set it up. I was like, he's going to slip the net. No one's in CT. He's got a massive flank. Apparently, Brokey knows all too well about that one. karrigan with the org in the meantime. Spamming away. LawNX. It's a laboured spray from karrigan, and that he will capitalise upon. Slacks finding one through the smoke. It's a 3 versus 3, but FaZe, they pushed up towards A. It's nicely done from Rain. Bomb in apartments. Rops waiting for Stair to move forward. And considering his movement, he should know that the bomb is indeed towards B. Nice shot from Brokey to close shop up in round 12, or round 13, excuse me. And it's FaZe clan that take 11 out of 13 rounds.
Yeah.
I mean, scoreline says it all.
It's much better than what we saw against Game Age. I said, you know, they got 10 rounds of the CT, and even that wasn't enough. I want to see more here, and the way they were setting up, there was a real possibility for it. This time out, though, they're doing exactly that. It's kind of a polar opposite of what we saw from Sprout. Remember, you know, over towards Nuke, they were 9 rounds up, and it still ended up 10-5 at the half. This time, FaZe aren't letting anything slip. A dominant start, and they want to make it a dominant finish too. Penultimate round of the half, at 11-2 with a 9-round lead. Sprout are crumbling, and so is their economy, because this buy is pretty dicey.
4 M4s and an AWP for Sprout. It's another force buy. It's another last-ditch effort to try and keep them in this game, and it's Twistzz to try and take that chance away from them. refrezh is back 10. He's going to find another. Stair in the meantime picking up frags. Brokey caught in limbo between all sorts of angles out on B, and Slacks has found another with the AWP. That's more like it. The B rush works this time. Sprout should be on for 3 unless Rops has other ideas in the 1 versus 3.
Yeah, and it is a question of does he even just early doors tend to save. I think he'll probably just play for exits here. Stair is holding him. Re-peeking is going to be difficult. Pulling off a 1 versus 3 here. Not impossible, but it is pretty improbable. Yeah, he's just parking up for exits. I don't blame him at all. Because any rifles that he finds, anything he drops is really still going to be quite costly over towards Sprout. You know, towards the likes of Stair and LawNX. Both sitting at 650 and 450 respectively. This is going to be very, very difficult for them to keep things alive. And Rops going to find the first. LawNX exiting here is a precarious spot, but he will find the kill nonetheless. Sprout make it 3.
No,
he's
okay.
alright. He's all good. He's all good.
I was going to say, like, that was a really late call for him to run into kitchen like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, he didn't want to face into the M4 and give away every single gun.
It's fair enough.
The AWP was important to him. That got very close. Had that been half a second later, I feel like Slacks was dead meat there on the B site. Well played by Rops. You know, money's okay for FaZe clan. They can buy in the last round. This was simply about damaging the Sprout economy and trying to put them even further down the pecking order when it comes to utility, weaponry, sidearms, everything that you would invest into the last round of this first half. Can FaZe make it 12? Is the last round of the half to decide.
11-3 already seems good enough. It's just a question of can they put one more notch on the tally. And weirdly enough as well, we're seeing the double AWP setup come off FaZe. Not often we see this. Twistzz going to wield the big green. 21-7, he wants to make it more, and he will, of course he does. Do not question the king of NA as he steps up for Stair. Brokey into his back bench, trying to buy some time. Leg spotted, and he fall over to his back pillar.
Slacks finding Twistzz through the smoke. 4 versus 4, great shot from Brokey. Nade damage good onto LawNX. karrigan gonna find one more. Brokey's AWP still chiming in, and Siphon, the final whistle in very close proximity. Good for 1. But of course, in the last of the half, you might as well go for it. But unfortunately for Sprout, despite two very respectful halves previously, it's 12-3 FaZe Clan in the decider. They are pulling out all the stops to ensure their slot in Rio is confirmed today. And a brilliant job by the Europeans, meaning Sprout now in a bit of a pickle. They need a monster second half if they want to get back into this game. Can they get it done? That's the question we're going to be asking ourselves. It all starts with the pistol round that happens up next. Don't go anywhere. FaZe Clan 12, Sprout 3.
Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 12-3 at the half. FaZe Clan looking pretty good, if you ask me. Sprout, a lot to be done to turn this one back in their favour. They did it over towards Nuke. They were able to take FaZe Clan's map pick away from them. But this is such a long road to recovery. But they are on the CT side.
Yes, definitely the plus for them. The scoreline would say otherwise though now. I'm pretty worried here. FaZe Clan, a pistol away from winning this series. Has seemed to have looked pretty good for Sprout so far. 4 for 1, Brokey left in the clutch. Everything to do in this round. 12-3, about to become 12-4, unless Brokey pulls off the unthinkable. No Kevlar, though. And I think that's just a one-way ticket for Sprout to find their way back in. A lot of work to be done, but that's the start they needed.
This game lives on, it seems. For Brokey, you can't expect too much. I think even getting a bomb down is going to be absolutely out of the realms of possibility here. refrezh spots him on the jump peak. No, he's over towards ramp. I mean, there's so little Brokey can do here, and he is being flanked too.
Yeah, no chance really that he can get out of this one. It's just about fighting for his life and making sure he goes down valiantly. Spotting out Stair. Now all the players can rotate in. Guys, we know he's towards A. He cannot be in apartments. I've got that one locked in. Brokey's just got to die before time, but of course he can use all of the seconds he has to basically pump out as much damage as he can. Stair, he'll be able to find the last. That's the pistol round for Sprout, so that road to recovery, excuse me, that we talked about earlier on. starting to come into fruition.
Yeah, I mean, early doors, right? But I think for Sprout, the biggest facet, which is kind of, I guess, the biggest addition to this roster, which makes them so prevalent within kind of being underdogs and being world beaters, etc., is how good they are when they get momentum going, when they get the ball in their core and they get things rolling. But this will at least kickstart something. We see a nice full buyout for them in comparison towards FaZe, who are not investing at all. See one flash picked up and that's it. Bit of a stack over towards B, and actually Lorne actually going to go for a slightly elevated angle. He's going to go aggro.
I mean, that's pretty good spam. Glocks on the side of FaZe Clan. Looking for any damage. A bomb plant would be nice. karrigan stealing out of the refresh strap, but guys, rush B. Gonzac B, let's go, let's go. Stare, low on X. All with kills. Stare with the last to finish the job. Apartments gutted out. FaZe declined of 13. It's Sprout up to 5. See what they've got in their back pockets now that FaZe, they have the rifles.
For now. So 5-7 round lead for FaZe is still holding. Of course, they went for that full eco, which gives them this buy in towards number 18. They want to just try and keep, as very much as they can, they have this wealth of a lead in their favor. And of course, it's all about seeing out this game. They want that ticket towards Rio. They're so close to it as well. It's about kind of keeping Sprout at bay here with a much better firepower and a great amount of mid-control coming through. A perfect start. Good swing for Rops as he makes it a double. Refrezh and Slacks are sat down.
Brilliantly done. FaZe Clan back to winning ways, it seems. Comfy business for them. 12 looking like 13. And the odds, the chances, the opportunities that Sprout would have starting to slim out more and more. Minute and 18 left on the clock in this round. But I feel like the clock doesn't matter because this story has already been told in this round. Unless Rops and Rain both get dropped in quick succession, the numbers are just going to be too tough for Sprout to fight off.
Stay holding close to personal. He wants to try and find the spot in towards connector, but Kane slips the net. That's important. And Brokey the lead step. 2 versus 5. The numbers so heavily in their favor. Despite the low HP, I don't think it's going to be a problem. And karrigan's in the back lines too.
FaZe all over this A site. Both Sprout players are here, so at least some resistance going to be met. As you said, karrigan on a bit of a wild flank, finding Law and X. Zyphon and Palace left with it all to do in the 1 versus 5. And this is just going to be a task too tough. Smoke in his face as well. FaZe Clan seem to have an idea where this last residing Sprout player is. Doesn't matter how many kills Zyphon gets in this scenario, though. It's FaZe up to 13, and Zyphon cannot stop it from happening.
Yeah, it's a case of can he pick himself up a rifle, which would be great. There's M4 with S drop, but he doesn't want to make noise, right? That's kind of the sort of the main thing here. Staying alive is a priority, and M4A1S saved off the back of the bomb going off would be great. The most important thing, FaZe up to 13. They are 3 rounds away, ladies and gentlemen, from themselves going towards Rio, which is what matters most. And of course, for Sprout, dropping in towards another best of 3 to continue this dream for them. Can the M4A1S be collected? Yes, it can. So that's the priority for Zyphon, staying alive. But FaZe Clan, really good round for them. Really decisive. Great at winning their opening duels. The mid-control was perfect. They pick them apart one by one. And whilst they've got that wrap on towards the A site, there's only one result. FaZe making it a 13. Extending the lead once further. And getting ever so close to the all-elusive 16 in what is essentially a best-of-1 brawl to see who goes to Rio.
FaZe assuming a bit of a default. One player towards spawn, chucking the window smoke. Quite late in the round, that's to avoid if they were to throw a molly early on their Sprout. One, the top mid cross. Sprout's response is to chuck one in towards connector. Molly's in as well to just try and hinder the progress made. X-ray flickering on and off, expecting Rops to peak. Slacks. Timing. Rops has crossed the moment he gets off that angle. Fortunately, there's some smoke, so we'll never know about it until he checks the demo later. And a ramp push incoming. FaZe winning this round is more or less the one-way ticket to 15. The site control being there is Brokey. Thinking about getting flashed through. He does indeed go aggressive. Bottom stairs is his. karrigan caught out. refrezh, is this going to be an oversight? It's a brilliant flashbang, but Brokey still wins the fight. Slack's going to take down Rops, though. And the thorn in their side continues. The bomb is planted for everywhere. Playing in connector, playing in jungle, playing on ramp. It's all in favor of FaZe. And is this Twistzz running all the way through towards short? Rain! Oh, Rain with a double. And Brokey through the smoke, finding a third. And it's all the kills for FaZe Clan. 14-5. And they dismantle the retake with ease. 2 rounds away from Rio. FaZe Clan closer and closer.
That was close. That was a little bit too close for comfort as well. It takes a bit of individual brilliance. I gotta say, I was slightly concerned when I saw Twistzz go for that long rotate because, in a worst case scenario, a smoke diffuse comes through and, someone like a Brokey falls early into his top con. You get concerned that they were not able to see that one out. But Rain, that double's brilliant. It keeps the story alive for FaZe as they extend the lead once further. As you mentioned, 2 rounds away. 2 rounds is all FaZe need. And in regulation too, which is that's a record for FaZe, to be perfectly honest, so far in the RMR.
It would be the game that they win by the biggest margin. 14 looking to become 15. It's a force buy for Sprout. A play at desperation. And toying with their victims. FaZe Clan 2 for 1. It's Rops eliminated out towards A, but it's B pressure that Lornex might not be able to handle. The Deagle's certainly good for the first. Swinging in, though, goes Twistzz. It's a nice shot and a second kill for the AK-47. refrezh, AK in his pockets. I mean, why not go for it? You need 11 consecutive rounds to make it a 16-14. It'll have to start here. refrezh wants none of it. So now they're playing for overtime. It's 10 in a row required for Sprouts or FaZe. They have Rio.
Yeah, keep hold of the AK. That's all he can really hope to do with here. He cannot afford to let anything happen to the AK, but right, he is back turned. Unfortunately, it's a 50-50 choice. Does he look right? Does he look left? He looks right. And he should have looked left. And that being said, at the very least, it's another notch on the board for refrezh, but it won't make too much of an impact in the grand scheme of things. FaZe Clan 15-5. You mentioned a 10-round lead, and I can't see a world in which Sprouts are able to turn this back in their favor. It's been a grueling test of the kind of the mental fatigue of both of these two sides. But into map number 3, I decided to see who nets this position towards Rio. It's looking like FaZe kind of more or less on the road to recovery and seeing this one out. 1 round is all they need. Map, series point, and Rio ticket point for them. The number 1 side of the world. About to go near flawless with the RMR.
Twistzz giving it a good go. It's karrigan to find the first. 4 kills away is FaZe Clan from Rio. Lornex taking damage to the molly. They know all too well that he's in connector range. Trade is good. And for FaZe Clan, the odds continue to improve. It's looking good for FaZe. And while Sprout, they put up a good fight. They do their job well. It's only looking one way. Stare in the clutch. It's required. Nothing short of a Deagle 1v4 masterclass. Rops has spotted him. And while Sprout, they put up a good fight, it's karrigan that takes his 16th major appearance. It's all ones for FaZe today. Number 1 in the world. It's 11 in a row for FaZe Clan. And the first team going to Rio is none other than the 5 gentlemen you see on your screen.
First in the world, first team booking this spot. Is it a surprise? I don't think it should be. What a performance from them. While it was made difficult, it's probably the best way to put it. Overtimes galore in towards map 1 and 2, and they took each other's pick.